Hello, welcome back. Today we are going to be looking at Gabriel Jesus and his potential move to Arsenal. We're going to be going through all the statistics on SofaScore, all the analysis. Subscribe if you're new. Anyway, let's dive in. Arsenal obviously in a very good place under mikel Arteta. I think the recruitment over the last few windows has been sensational. Also, the selling has been very, very good. That we're starting to see a core of this Arsenal team that could compete for the Premier League title in the long term. I think the signings of the likes of Gabriel, Ben White, Tierney, Tomiyasu, a completely new back four. Thomas Partey, obviously heavy investment in there as well. Martin Odegaard coming into the side. I think the only place where Arsenal do lack someone is at number 9. You know, that's where they've not spent big cash yet. But the basis of the team, you know, if we ignore the number 9 right now, is very, very good. He's got quality. It's got big potential. You know, you've got Smith Rowe. You've got potentially Martinelli playing as a forward. Smith Rowe maybe as a free eight in a slightly tweaked system from mikel Arteta. You've got two wide players that can score, that can assist, that can create. The big position that they need to fill is this number 9 area. But good news for Arsenal, in my personal opinion, there's been some talk of Gabriel Jesus joining Arsenal. That talk of course came from a very good Arsenal source. David Ornstein is regarded in the Arsenal community as the guy that knows what he's talking about. 4 goals for Gabriel Jesus in Man City's game versus Watford, with the 25-year-old out of contract in 2023, and MCFC closing in on Ireland. Arsenal are exploring the possibilities to sign Jesus this summer. Extensive talks with the striker's representatives, but nothing between the two clubs. And this is a hole that Arsenal need to fill this summer. There's talk of Isak, there's talk of Skamaka, but arguably Gabriel Jesus could be the one. Gabriel Jesus has got a very good, record in the Premier League. He scored a goal every around 160 odd minutes, which is, you know, comparable to one of the best players in recent years at City, with only the main man in Sergio Aguero being more. And I do think Gabriel Jesus provides a lot of good for Arsenal. Obviously at City this season he's been playing more of a wide right player. Getting down the bar line and crossing and pressing, but also vacating that position and moving inside and allowing other players to wrap and get round, like we saw with the Kevin De Bruyne assist, where Jesus made that run to the back post and was found. That's something that Gabriel Jesus does from that position. But I do think for Arsenal, it will be different. Saka has been an absolute phenomenal player on the right-hand side this season. His ability to go in, to go out, to get into goal-scoring positions and commit means I don't think that changes. So either Gabriel Jesus comes in as a number 9 and plays through the middle, or operates maybe from the left-hand side as an inside forward that can operate in and around the box. And I think that would be a good position for Gabriel Jesus, where you can use him in a number of different roles, capable of playing wide right, wide left, and as a number 9. The big thing I've really enjoyed about Lacazette, and why I think Lacazette suits Arsenal more than maybe an Aubameyang did, is his ability off the line. He very much is a false 9. He allows Arsenal to build in a way where, you know, they have that striker that's going to receive to feet, and then, you know, you've got the depth held by the 2 wide players ahead that arguably now are forwards in this modern game. But Lacazette on the ball, very, very good. And that's where Gabriel Jesus has got quality. Big quality. I think Gabriel Jesus arguably is a little underrated on the ball. I think he could play this false 9 role with a little bit of coaching from mikel Arteta. Of course, mikel Arteta is a manager that's worked with him previously and will know his skill set and will know what he can do. And it makes a lot of sense in terms of the transfer. You know, City have got so many players that can play wide. That means that, you know, Jesus is down the pecking order. He really is. And hence his contract expiring in 2023. This is probably the only summer where he can get a move. You know, you're looking at Riyad Mahrez, Jack Grealish, Sterling, Phil Foden, and even Cole Palmer, another left-footed right attacker that suits City more than someone like Gabriel Jesus. You've also got the idea of Haaland coming in, taking that number 9 position. There isn't anyone to there. And Jesus, underrated. You know, he's been directly involved in at least 10 plus goals in all of his 6 seasons he's been at Manchester City. And even though he's a backup option, he's got 86 goal involvements in 155 games for City, averaging a goal or assist every 104 minutes in all comps, 0.86 goals or assists per 90. So his goals and assists per 90 is absolutely fantastic in terms of that run. And I think one of the big things we mentioned about that, Mikel Arteta has a good relationship with, players that are in those areas. You think about what Mikel Arteta did with Raheem Sterling and his coaching, that's spoken about a lot, turning Sterling into the player that he is. Sane as well had a good relationship with him. Now we've seen at Arsenal with Saka and Smith Rowe. That improvement there came. In Jesus' first 3 seasons at Manchester City, there was big levels of improvements from those years. When we're looking at the statistics in there, goal and assist every 90 minutes when Arteta was at the club. So Jesus' first 3 seasons, goal or assist every 90 minutes. That's dropped down to a goal or assist every 115 minutes since Arteta left. But I think one of the big things with Gabriel Jesus, his age profile is very, very good. It fits into the Arsenal squad in a sense of at 25 years old, Gabriel Jesus would be the 9th oldest player in the squad. But his 9,000 Premier League minutes is only 2,000 more than Bukayo Saka. So there's still massive amounts of room to grow for him as a forward, as someone that can improve. When you're taking a look at who he likes to score against as well, more great reading for Arsenal fans. In all competitions, his favourite opponent in the league is Everton with 8, Watford with 8 as well, showing that he's quite good against the weaker sides. But the interesting one is his record against Liverpool, directly involved in 8 goals in 12 matches. That is very, very impressive. Gabriel Jesus is doing it against the best team in the Premier League, and he's not a starter. He's not someone that's going to be coming into these games with momentum. He usually comes into these games quite cold. This season, from the right-hand side, a goal and assist over the 2 fixtures as a centre-forward as well. In the previous season, a goal and assist in those games as well. I think that just shows Gabriel Jesus' ability to, to be that guy, to be someone that can be, really important for Arsenal moving forward. I think when we look at that side of things, with only his goals only coming against Everton and Watford more. His recent performance in the game between the two sides, between City and Liverpool, very, very impressive in the league. The way that he kind of led the line on the right-hand side, it's a tactical understanding that I feel can be really worked with Mikel Arteta. And we'll talk about that false 9 position. I think that's very, very important for Arsenal Football Club. So important to have someone in there that tactically is very responsible. His pressing in the recent game in the Premier League against Watford was simply sublime. You take, I think, 3 of the 5 goals come from a moment where Gabriel Jesus won possession mark, or at least 2 of the goals came from that position. The Rodri goal, great strike from outside the box, came from Gabriel Jesus pressing right at the start of the second half in the perfect way. And that's so important that your number 9 can do that. Why Roberto Firmino gets spoken about so much in terms of how important he's been for Liverpool. His pressing is one of the first things that I would talk about. Pressing, then his link play, absolutely fantastic. The one thing maybe we could look at with Gabriel Jesus in terms of his finishing, maybe a little bit wasteful. Jesus has scored 57 goals in the Premier League from an XG of 74.5, meaning that he's scored less goals than what he's expected by the chances he's getting. But you'd flip on that on its head, saying he's getting into good goal-scoring positions could massively improve with more game time. And I think that's the case. Jesus, of course, where would he fit into Arsenal? As we mentioned, could definitely do a job as Arsenal's number 9, being that guy, balls into feet, pressing, starting the press. And when you think about the fluidity as well between where Arsenal could go long term, we spoke previously about maybe throwing Emile Smith-Rowe into central midfield and having a super flexible front 5 of Saka, Martinelli, Smith-Rowe, Jesus and Odegaard, with rotation between those positions, with interplay going down. That for me makes a lot of sense. But the big thing with someone like Jesus is he comes alive in the penalty area. He's very, very sharp in the box. I think he's got the potential to play out wide as well. If you want to go to a slightly maybe more counter-attacking or defensive shape, throwing Granit Xhaka back into a central midfield position, going for the double false nine or box midfield as Pep plays with Man City, and having Jesus and Saka wide. You got a right footer on the left wing, you got a left footer on the right winger. Jesus has got that ability to start wide and then move in, which will allow other rotations in there, maybe a Smith Rowe pulling wide as Jesus attacks the penalty area, Smith Rowe, Odegaard maybe getting involved with Tierney to create the opportunity, then Jesus, the goal scorer. I think that's one of the most exciting things for Arsenal Football Club is they need goals, and he could be the guy to get there. And I don't think he's a player that has an ego about him. He's happy to be in and out of this City team. There's other options. You think about Calvert-Lewin, Tammy Abraham, Scamacca in there. But I'd say Jesus suits Arteta's maybe long-term plan if they do go to this, 4 shape with having an inside forward wide right, and an inside forward wide left in Saka. I think that works. But mainly as a centre forward, as a number 9 in there, I think is probably where we'll see Jesus operate more frequently in the 4-3-3 shape that we've seen Arteta use this season. I think he's a great option. I think he's the right demographic. Previous experience with Mikel Arteta as a coach just makes a lot of sense for Arsenal. I think he can get better and better in this young squad. Thanks for watching, guys. Do get into the comments. Who should United sign as their new number 9 in the summer? Gabriel Jesus, Isak, Scamacca? Who is your guy? I want to know reasons why as well. Check out SofaScore, of course. Subscribe if you're new. We'll see you later.